and welcome to Newswatch Online TV News Hour with me, Maria Tudukure. The COVID-19 restriction on churches and mosques were eased as the President announced last week, and worship centers are opened today, 13th July 2020. The General Secretary of the Interreligious Council, Reverend Usman Jesifona, discusses the COVID-19 preventive measures for churches and mosques instituted by the National COVID-19 Response Center.
Well, as you know, the measures that we put in place are nothing more or new than what have been in progress since COVID-19 was experienced in Sierra Leone. It's a normal issue of personal hygiene, the washing of hands, the use of a face mask, and observing social distancing. We had a few issues that has to do with worship, such as the laying on of hands at worship services, that religious leaders should not lay hands on sick people when they come for prayers. We also emphasize the fact that communion services, when you're serving communion in the church, you have to do it row by row and ensure that every individual person that goes to worship has his or her own personal cup for communion. We also establish the fact that the sitting accommodation, there must be like 6 feet distance between one person and the other. And we also established the fact that you should ensure that you don't have more than 1 hour 30 minutes in every church service. We also ensured and prescribed that for every worship service that you go to, it has to be 50% of the maximum capacity of the church from your original people who used to go to service. These are some of the precautionary measures that we prescribed and was approved by NACOVAC, which is responsible for the monitoring of COVID-19 in our country. We don't want to have a situation wherein the mosques and churches are opened and within a very short time or even later, government revert back to closing the church. So one of the things we considered in our arrangement was that we must establish first district local monitoring committees in every church and mosque. They should have an independent committee that will ensure compliance and monitor the way the people come to the church, to ensure that they are having their face mask, to ensure that they have a local bucket in every worship place, and ensure that the worshippers who come in there wash their hands with soap and water or use sanitizer before they get into the church worship services.
The prison riots and fires at the Pademba Road Correctional Center on 29 April 2020 left a trail of death, injuries, and prison buildings and properties destroyed. Officers of the Freetown Correctional Service have conducted an investigation and published a report. Let's join Tenekonte for more on the story.
Findings of the correctional services. The incident occurred as a result of overcrowding and staff shortage at the Pademba Road facility. The report also noted the decision of the Chief Justice to suspend court proceedings was a major cause for the disturbance at the prison. As a result of the riot on the 29th April 2020 at the Pademba Road prison, 31 fatalities were recorded, including 1 correctional officer. 12 inmates died from gunshot wounds, 16 inmates died from blunt force trauma, 2 inmates sustained injuries. 6 of the corpses have been identified and given befitting burials by their families, and 24 corpses were buried yesterday by government in Waterloo. Reporting for Newswatch Online Television, I am Tenekonte.
In their drive not to turn their backs against families who live below the poverty line during the COVID-19 pandemic, a non-governmental organization, Sierra Leone Unite, has fed 72 poor families at the Liberian refugees camp in Gundama outside of both southern parts of the country. Let's get to hear from the beneficiaries.
How to embrace this gesture today, because it's a real surprising package that have made all this money. Because ever since, apart from UNHCR, all what my fellow refugees have said, I didn't want to buttress to it. So we really want to let this message, let it go through worldwide. It will not just stop in Sierra Leone, but let really organizations, they come to our aid. We have been here suffering. Yeah, they can come from various organizations. They only come on their own knees to come and have projects from us. Yes. So now they get that project from us, they go, whatsoever they get, they abandon us. So we are there here as commodity for them. Yes. See the area where we are. See the suffering area where we are. They can come, able to take a second in the buffer. They can't do it. But they can come to get their needs from us. Then they go away. So we are really appealing to you. The way you now come to our aid, it will not just be the end. Let it be a continual process. Then we get a fruitful endeavor towards this of your gesture today. So I thank you very much.
Let's go for a quick commercial break. We will be right back.
Are you looking for a place where you will have fresh poultry eggs? Well, your worries are over. Reef Poultry Eggs is here to satisfy you. Visit us at 28 Charlotte Street, Freetown, or call 079-368959. We do wholesale, retail and home delivery service. Reef Poultry Eggs, your place to be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Newswatch Online TV News Hour with me, Maria Tudukuri. Kindly do not forget to click on the red button below and subscribe. The government reopened schools 2 weeks ago for candidates writing public exams like the Becker and WASC examinations. The Services Secondary School in Wilberforce has reopened and is offering classes to students.
Since the government pronounced the reopening of schools for students attempting public exams, the Wilberforce School has been trying to adhere to COVID-19 preventive measures. Ali Swari Sharif, a senior teacher at the school, said they are now on the front line in taking care of school-going children. He added teachers are now like doctors trying to prevent the spread of COVID-19. He also said teachers need incentives to do their work effectively during this pandemic.
For now, the government have not put anything in place for us, but I give thanks to our principal who have helped in bringing this Veronica bucket, hand sanitizer, soap, tissues, and water also for us to wash our hands whenever we go outside or after every 1 hour. Come outside, wash our hands for us not to catch the virus called COVID-19.
The measures that are COVID-19 was like for our school, we are bringing buckets, soap, and also the face mask. After lunch, when you come out, when you want to go in class, you wash your hands. And they've also brought tissues for us. After washing your hands, you wipe your hands. And when you are in class, when the teacher is talking to you, or when the teacher is explaining, you put on your mask because of
Some students said they are adhering to the preventive measures. This is what they had to say.
Well, the only challenge now is, as teachers, we are also taking care of the children. If we have some if we have something like to boost our morale or to keep us, we are now in the front of the disease, so we should have some incentives so that we can feel free to do the work. But since we don't have incentive, we are still doing it because it is just normal time. But as for teachers, it will really have been better if we have got some incentive as doctors have got, because they are facing the reality. And we are more than the doctors, because we don't even know whether the child or the PP has or not. But we are still confronting the children. So for us to have done it in a very good atmosphere, I think some incentive would have been done by the government, but that is not forthcoming.
Newswatch Online Television, Abdallah Founder reporting.
As a way to continue the fight against the COVID-19, the National COVID-19 Emergency Response Center have put together compliance enforcement measures to regulate the activities of people. Let's hear from the General Aidara Bangora, Head of Operations at the Response Center.
Following His Excellency's announcement, NACOVAC been sit down, and on the 24th of June, come up with some compliance measures then we will say will help we for actually take the COVID-19 response forward in as much as we do open up to the other parts of the world. So some of them measures we decide for target the main avenues who think say na through them avenues there the virus is spread. One of those avenues, for example, na transportation. People really move in transport from one point to the other. If they don't comply with the measures, they are the risks for letting actually spread the virus is huge. The other ones get for do with shops, supermarkets, marketplaces, beach bars, all those areas where they make people they congregate in close proximity where the 2-meter distance is really compromised. So we see say that areas that are really for targeting them and set up measures then we will make the people to understand and adhere to the health protocols, i.e. face masks wearing, social distancing, and also hand washing. We know say if we do that here, in as much as we do open up, we can able actually contain the spread. So now that make we decide for come up with this NACOVAC COVID-19 enhanced compliance measures then. But then for how we actually implement them measures in a society like ours, we find out say it could be very, very difficult for law just take them manually. For go make the public say you for wear face masks or beach bar, you know, for allow people them for car inside. So we decide for come up with some template to say, for example, if you're in a beach bar, you for make sure say you maintain 6-meter difference between one table or the other. And you in a bar attendant, if you did behind the bar with a glass, you not wear face masks. But if you come up for cancer people then you're supposed to put up the face mask.
Thank you viewers for watching this episode of Newswatch Online TV News Hour with me, Maria Tudukwe. Kindly do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media handles, which are all at Newswatch Online TV SL. Till next time, stay safe. Goodbye.